Hail Capricorn! How are you all doing? So, apologies for the delay in getting to your great cosmic reset, but actually it feels a lot better to be doing this now past the 29th, and actually now on the Lunar New Year today. You've got a very busy house at the moment. So in Capricorn at the moment, you've got Mercury retrograding, you've got Venus, you've got Mars, you've got Pluto, you've got Juno, you've got Vesta, you've got Phobos, you've got Quasar. So you've got 8 different planets and asteroids busying themselves in your great cosmic reset. So what is this reset about? Well, it's about really Chiron on the 29th reached 0909 of Aries, and at that point it was in front of the fixed star of the tip of the wing of Pegasus, and that was about an energy of kind of taking flight on a healings. So it's like the healing of Chiron rather than the wounds of Chiron. It's time to heal. It's time to heal our lives. And it's a real energetic reset. There's so much cosmic magic coming towards us. So they've applied and they're now separating. So it's like the wings are beginning to flap on, I want to say, a centaur with wings. Chiron is being given his wings. And for me, wings are Jupiter energy. Jupiter's in Pisces. That's a 9 of Cups, the wish card. So there's a lot of really beautiful stuff around. So let's see, Capricorn, what Chiron would like to say to you. What would Chiron like to say to people with aspects in Capricorn? What does Chiron mean to Capricorn right now? What does Chiron mean to Capricorn right now? What does Chiron mean to Capricorn? Chiron doesn't mean anything. Capricorn. Well, we've got the two. We've got the one for Chiron and the one for Alchemy. Chiron. It's the hunter frequency. Hunting for you. Hunting for healing. Oh my goodness. And Algenib is turning you into the luminous warrior of soul retrieval. There's something about you're missing something. It's something you can't find. I'm just looking at the numbers. So we've got 949. It's like a divine healing. It is a divine healing. And it's sandwiched in a world of divinity, an energy frequency of divinity. Finding your true power in the energies in Capricorn. Let me just look at something. Mercury retrograde was on the 29th of January, was at 27 degrees. No, the others are not pointing to that, but so it's something to do with something in the past that you've lost. I wonder what it is. It feels like it's you, that you just lost you. So let's use the Alchemy of Astrology and see what comes out. I got Sappho and the Philosopher's Stone on the split, which is sort of like, I want to say it's like a singing stone, like an energy of a vocal rock. What does that mean? It's almost, it's like a mountain, something ancient singing from the past. Some frequency of you trapped in the earth, calling from within the earth. You are cardinal earth. It's like the earth is singing to you because there's a piece of you in the earth. So, there's a piece of you in the earth. It's your other energy. Water. It's your tail. It's your emotions. You're screaming for an emotional connection. So, you need emotional truths. There's something like a riverbed that's an old river, like a delta that has no water, it has no wildlife. It's like all of your emotions have been dammed off and they're held behind walls. It's also Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. It's got something to do with the moon in Scorpio, and that's the lunar eclipse. And these great cosmic resets are having a tendency to kind of tune in to the wonderful eclipse energies that are coming up. So there's something about needing to deep dive, but into a dry riverbed. It feels like you need some kind of superhuman eyesight to look into the dried bed and ask yourself, what's below the surface? What's the blockages? Why is the riverbed not flowing? And yeah, I did say about the energies being dammed, but it's not about looking at the dam. The dam is the blockage. So what else do we have? Uranus, B. This is Gaia, Uranus. This is there's something that they're showing me, like the Milky Way, the platinum light energy of the Milky Way, the fluidity of the cosmic ocean is there in the heavens, but here in your life you've got this dry riverbed, and this has to be changed. These are really old primordial thoughts. So my mind is trying to take me all the way back to the constellation of Capricorn. So the story of Capricorn, before it became associated with Pan and the devil and all of that kind of energy, and it was a frequency of a mergoat who, when Rhea gave Saturn a stone to eat, instead of feeding her youngest child, Jupiter or Zeus, Jupiter or Zeus was nurtured by the mergoat, and the mergoat was like a suckling nurse. And it feels like it's echoing all the way back to the notion of the holy cow in the Gununga Gap who licks the frozen salt rime to reveal the body. But I feel like the frozen salt rime is the energy of your emotions. you need to unfreeze your emotions. So we've got take, and the key energy on that is that energy of retrograde, removing illusions. There's something, this message keeps coming up for you, Capricorn. This reset is somehow about resetting your fishtail, bringing that frequency back in. I'm getting the nomos, the notion of the gods that came down that were half human, half fish. It's just an ancient energy of needing to fathom, and fathom as in work out, but fathom as in that deep diving frequency that you need to go on to search for the source of your soul. You need to penetrate. I'm getting X-ray vision, penetration of the dry land, of the desert. What's the mirage? What's the thing that stops you seeing the water hole? What's the thing that stops you setting up tent and having a pleasurable time in an oasis? So that's 84. Then we have pulverize. So pulverize is that frequency. You can't pulverize anything until you find it. You've got to find the rock, that call of your soul from the earth to be released. That energy of being crushed under a mountain, all your emotions being compressed. They're almost as hard as a diamond. Something that just, it needs to be pulverized, it needs to be broken down, it needs to be attacked and turned into sort of powdered diamonds, a diamond powder, so that you can kind of mix it with water and create some kind of magical cosmic lagoo, cosmic fluidity to return to you. So let's go to, I'm going to go to Odin and the Nine Realms. It's a bird out there. It went all dark then. Can I just say, the mangoes here, they are, on the lower branches, there are lots of mangoes that are just about to be harvested. And above the trees are completely covered in flowers, and the perfume at night from all the mango trees is just heavenly. There's something about scent will help you find your lost cry in the wilderness. What is this lost cry in the wilderness all about, please? It's your birthright. You were always meant to be emotional. You've not been allowed to be emotional. I feel like there's an energy of confusion around this notion of cardinal earth. It's cardinal earth running with rivers, running with the seas, running into the seas, springs coming up. That's the energy of Algenib. Got it now? Not Algenib, but Pegasus. Pegasus flies from out of the clouds, and where Pegasus's hooves land, spring emotions. So you need to connect really strongly with Pegasus. You need to place your feet on the ground and your own hooves, because you know, it was that cloven hoof notion. You need to allow yourself to fly to somewhere sacred in the earth and divine emotions hidden within the earth. That's lovely. We've got sun. It's saying that your life force is incomplete until it has its emotional balance. It's kind of saying stop thinking you're cardinal earth. Yes, you're cardinal earth, but there's fires, heat in the center of the earth, and there's water, there's emotions. What else would you like to say? Connect with the water in the earth. Connect with the water in the earth. It's a lot to do with a fire, a divine spark. So it's like you have to see yourselves differently. You have to change your perception of you. Because luminous warriors are wonderful energy, but it's a fire in the belly. It's an emotional fire. It's a frequency that is, as I said, your birthright. There's something about this sun. Sol is the energy of the female sun being chased by wolves across the heaven. Turn round and face the wolves. Stop them in their tracks. They're almost the howl of your own inner emotions wanting to escape. You won't reach your inner emotions if you keep running from them. They're your wolves. They're calling to you to bring transformation. So anything else you'd like to add to that? Jotunheimr. This is ancient frequency. This is the energy, as I said earlier, about the holy cow licking the salt rime, and it's the first being is a giant. And it's like you've become, over time, you've been confined into something that's not your truth. This is about being pushed further than you can actually imagine yourself being capable of going. Look, you're very pragmatic, but I think that pragmatism is keeping your riverbed dry somehow. It's holding that frequency down. It's stopping the emotions flowing. And it's as much about how you feel about yourselves as how others feel about you. There's misconceptions. Jupiter. Energy wings. This is great cleansing. This is a 12-year cycle. So I'm not a great one for ever remembering what I did in the past, but you might want to look at what you did 12 years ago. What changed 12 years ago for you? What felt damaged? I'm seeing like crushed, like a tin can, and tin rules Jupiter. And it is energy wings, as I said. It's a healing frequency. It's a catalyst to being more malleable. And malleability is always about fluidity of emotions. So you need to reach a kind of post-transitional stage. It's like this has been one transition that's been going on for a very primordially long time, and now it's time to work with your fishtail, to swim in the waters, to swim in the cosmic ocean, to allow your earth to be abundant in waters. didn't know whether they wanted to come. And so I waited until Spirit said yes. So what do we have? Pisces, fish. It's trying to emphasize that without your fishtail, you are a restricted creature. You're not empowered. You're not succeeding in the way that you should. It's about having command over your emotions. But you need to desire that. You need to lick your wounds. You need to realize that your wounds won't heal if you can't clean them with water, with cosmic water, with the energy of emotions. You cannot heal your wounds unless you connect with your emotions. And then we have Venus. And Venus and Mars are about to go on a very long dance in conjunction with each other from about the 14th of February to about the 16th of March, when they'll begin to separate in Pisces. So it's almost like being given a chance to work with your fires, that fiery energy that we had here with Chiron and the Sun. And there's something, sorry, I'm being raced ahead because I want to just say that you've recharged your energy while you've been here, but also the Venus and Mars, I'm sure they go into a conjunction on the 3rd of March. No, they go into, I don't know. I need to look it up. It feels like it's a conjunction on the 3rd of March. So, there's February, March. This is why I like having my iPad back, because I can check. March 3rd, Pisces, Moon in Pisces. Yes, on the 3rd of March, Mars, Venus. Oh, it's so interesting. The 3rd of March is a really important day for your diaries. So on that day, you've got Venus at 27 degrees, Mars at 27 degrees, Pluto at 27 degrees, and then you've got Jupiter at 14 degrees, and you've got the Sun at 12 degrees in Pisces. There's something really important for your diaries, 3rd of the 3rd, 2022. Is there anything else on that we've seen here? Okay, so let's just ask, what's that bringing them? What is it about the 3rd of the 3rd? I'm going to go with the Lenormand for this. The 3rd of the 3rd for Capricorn. So it begins with card number 9, flowers, Jupiter. This is, and it's 9 of Cups energy. There's a wish. You can create a wish on that day. There's something about, because obviously Pluto, they're at 27 degrees, Mars, Venus and Pluto in Capricorn, in your sign. And there's something about releasing the compressed self. And Jupiter's always about expanding energies, opening things out, transforming. That's the frequency. Then you've got something new coming in, a wish coming in, and it's got dog with it. And dog is house 11. It's about a dream, a wish. something that you almost, this energy of fire again. There's something prophetic that you have to create to bring in. So what else? What is it about the third of the third? What is it that's coming in exactly? So on that day, the moon, I need to check what the moon's up to, because I've got the moon now. Oh, the moon is in conjunction with Neptune. And I was going to say that there's something about the fog here in this orb. It's like there's a kind of cosmic loyalty to this destiny that you've been hunting for you. And it's this energy here. This is like dark moon Lilith frequency. This is how you self-punish. This is it's to whip yourself with bad thoughts. That's what needs to go up in flames, is the way in which you self-torture. And then what's coming in? Dreams. But you've got to map those dreams. You've got to find the frequency to make them worthy, to make them real, to make them significant, to have them as something worth growing with. But they have to involve emotions. So, how does Capricorn get to the emotions? How does Capricorn find its tail? Interesting, it's your destiny. It's North Node and it's Psyche. So, the North Node is your destined life path, your fated destiny, your fate, it's the dragon's head, your fate in the journey, your lesson to be learned is emotions. You have to stop denying the beauty of the birthright of your emotions. And then we have Psyche. It's interesting, the threes there again. There's a real energy of the third of the third. This is blossoming self-love. You can't love yourself if you have no emotions. Love is an emotion. And it's allowing love. Allowing love to flow back across the barren landscape of your soul. It's to be deified. It's to be you, to come into your Psyche frequency. Psyche was a human, she was a princess. And she was so beloved by the people that people stopped worshipping Aphrodite, and she got a bit miffed about that. And so she sends Eros, god of love, who originally was one of the 5 primordial beings. And it's interesting because I'm getting that 5-year frequency as well. But anyway, he goes to shoot her with an arrow because Aphrodite says shoot with an arrow and show her someone like that. Someone that you shouldn't be in love with. It's like you've been shot personally with an arrow so that you don't have enough self-love. And you need to energize yourself to your luminous warrior frequency, a transformation. And so when Eros arrives, he immediately falls in love with Psyche. And a long story happens, but in the end, she is deified so that Eros and Psyche can live together in the heavens. So I feel like I need a bit more on this, because why is Psyche here then? Is this just a self-loving journey? Why is Psyche here? Because Psyche is loving, yes, it's self-love, self-respect, but it has to do with another. Why is Psyche here? Ow! Pulled my beard. Why is Psyche here? Why is Psyche here? I've got one on the floor, and I feel it's the only one it wants to show. It's Tyr. It's got the energy of the luminous warrior in a compass being smelted. You have to smelt, you have to change, you have to allow yourself to self-deify, to bring yourself into your fullness, to not be a cloven-hooved devil Capricorn frequency, but to actually engage with your original birthright, the fish. Ah, it's interesting. That's the Christian fish symbol. So what does Capricorn need to do? What does Capricorn need to do for that? We have Make, which is environmental wisdom. But it's also like a cosmic egg hunting. You have to hunt the stars, you have to hunt the universe, again, for you screaming in the wilderness. This is standing alone. I feel like it's the energy of your voice, because we got Quicksilver. Quicksilver's a Mercury frequency. It's the voice. It's the part of you that's missing. This is what heralds the change. I mean, meditation. Okay, look, we need to be clear. How does Capricorn find the wailing cry in the dark? It's in the natural world. I mean, this really is the natural world. I know I talked earlier about bringing the water up, but you're bringing up a kind of leaden, heavy, a magical energy that's got something to do with linear time. But it's like your own linear time won't flow until you find this call in the wild. Please, how does Capricorn find the call in the wild? This is not helping. Okay, it's on the solar eclipse. You've got an energy frequency that you've got to plan towards, but the solar eclipse is like a galactic opportunity. That's the 30th of April. So you've got the 3rd of the 3rd is where you've got to make a plan. You've got to search out this new life force energy within you. But there's something about, it's Janus revelations, January, twists of fate, unexpected. The door of your perception will open on the 30th of April. How? Still, just adding layers to it, I'm like, how? How, Capricorn? How do you achieve it? How? Perfect. Sappho. That's poetry in motion. Oh, it's interesting. Sappho is 3 and 3 again. So we're returning to, I see. It's a wish. On the 3rd of the 3rd, you get this wonderful moment, this triple conjunction in Capricorn, plus the conjunctions of the Moon and Jupiter, Moon and Neptune, and the Sun and Jupiter. I need to check that again. Yes. It's a really important day for you, the 3rd of the 3rd. And these are like conjunctions of love, emotions coming together. It's wordsmithery. You have to create a love poem to you, to the two halves of you, to the goat and to the fish. You have to use your artistic abilities to create a sort of a vocal prayer to the sun, to Jupiter, to Neptune, to Mars. It's like you have to compose for yourselves an ode to you, but like an ode to the music of the spheres, like acknowledging that your truth has been forever hidden, and that it's time now, at this massive day of all these different conjunctions, a triple double conjunction, that's a lot of energy going on, but you need to speak that poem to the cosmos, and by the solar eclipse it should open the Janus revelations, the doors to your soul. To where do we go? From the very beginning to this. Beautiful, Capricorn. So that's what you've got going down. Write yourselves a nice poem, an ode to the music of the spheres and Capricorn and self-love. Wassail.